Hi, it's Miss Madison coming with you for our lesson for this week on social study. We will be revisiting Standard 5 ESS 1.4, explain the cause and effect relationship between the position of the sun and earth. And doing this with our know and show, some things that we will actually know by the end of the series of lessons, we will know more about do we mean by the position, about the position of the sun and the earth. We'll also learn more about, you can see that the sun, actually, what is the sun? And we know that the sun is a star. And also, we'll learn even more information about earth. And as this connects with your reading lessons dealing with cause and effect relationship, we will know about the cause and relationship that the position of the sun and earth will have with the information that we're going to be revisiting on today. And so by the end of this, you should be able to show me in an explanation how all this connects together. The vocabulary words that we'll come across during this lesson is rotation, to spin in place, revolve to move around, and revolve is to move around an object. All right, I'll put that over here. Right. All right, so our guiding question: how can it be nighttime in one place while daytime in another place? That is going to guide our lesson for today as we continue to learn about the cause and relationship of the earth position to the sun and some of the effects that it has. So we're going to do a little bit of reading that will help us better understand that information. All right, you snuggle into bed beneath the blanket. It is colder tonight than it was earlier. You have a good day. You skated in the park and even had a snowball fight with your friends. Then your phone rings. Who will call at bedtime? Is it your cousin Nelson? Nelson and his family lives in Australia. Hi, Nelson, you say. It's so good to hear from you, but I'm already in bed. I need to rest up after playing in the snow all day. That's weird, Nelson replied. I just finished lunch and I'm about to go swimming. It's blazing hot here. It is as if you and Nelson live on different planets. How can it be night where you live, but it's day where Nelson lives? You wonder. And why this summer in Australia, but winter here in the United States? Those two questions will guide our lessons for this week. But the first one that we're going to focus on is how can it be nighttime in one place while daytime in another place? Well, we're going to focus on where the position of our main star that we orbit around, the sun. The sun is in the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and Earth is the third planet from it. But here are some things that we need to know about Earth. Earth is tilted on a axis. So that you can get more information on that. Here we have Earth tilted on its axis. All right, the axis of the Earth is an imaginary line, so it's not really there, even though I've drawn it with some dots, because it is has Earth to be in a tilt of a 23 degrees on this axis. So it's an imaginary line that runs through the center of Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. So Earth is tilted on its axis at 23 degrees in reference to the sun. And what the Earth does when it's on its axis brings us back to that vocabulary word that we saw. It is actually in rotation while it's on the axis. So it is spinning in place. So the Earth spins on its axis approximately in 24 hours. That's how long it takes the Earth to spin in its axis. And in that rotation of that axis makes us have a single day. Now, what does that have to do with our guidance question? How can it be daytime in one place and nighttime in another? All right. So here's a little demonstration. I don't have a globe here at home, but I made one out of my daughter's little bitty basketball. Pretty cool, isn't it? All right. So here we go. See my flashlight. Huh. It is beaming down on the ball, and there's the United States. So I put that there so you can see it. So there's the United States, and we have the light. So if Earth begins to rotate, it's daytime here in the United States. But as the Earth rotates on its axis, the United States is turning away from the sun. So we're beginning to experience nighttime. And oh, look around. Here comes Australia. There's Australia, and Australia is now facing the sun. So Australia will now have daytime while the United States will be having nighttime. All right, and so that shows our cause and effect relationship in reference to the sun and how the Earth's rotation, which takes 24 hours, gives us a single day, and different places on Earth will experience daytime and nighttime. So the whole Earth is not at daytime at one time, and it's not night. So that's all dealing with what? The Earth rotation, which is our vocabulary word, rotating on its axis, which is at a 23 degrees angle, and it gives us our day and night. No, we don't feel the rotation because Earth moves at a constant pace as it is revolving around the sun. So it's a very smooth. It doesn't stop, it doesn't speed up. So it's very still, so we can't feel it. But that happens each and every day, day and night. Now, as we like review this information, because I'm not going to give you overload on today because this is all going to connect together with the Earth spinning on its rotation, and then next week when we bring in the orbit around the sun, how all this connects together to finish answering our guiding question, well, the second part of our guiding question. But let's just have a quick review right now. Here we go. So I'll do it, and of course, you can go back and use this information always to help you answer the question. So the first one that I'll do for you, the Earth rotates on its. Let's go back to that diagram that we have. We have the Earth here, and we know that it rotates on. What was that? It's at the poles, but we know the axis goes from the North Pole to the South Pole because that was in our notes, the center of the Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. So that's not it. But oh, here we go. Magnetic field. Discuss anything about the magnetic field. So I can eliminate that one as well. And of course, Earth does have an equator, but the equator is not what we need to know anything about right now as we're dealing with daytime and nighttime and how it's daytime in different places on the Earth at different times. What we see here is the axis. The axis of the equator is an imaginary line that runs through the center of Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole, and that we see that here the Earth rotates on its axis. So as we see from here, from this diagram, it is daytime here where it is nighttime on this side because that side has rotated away from the rays of the sun. How cool is that? All right, just know we're in daytime here, but somewhere here on Earth is at nighttime right now. Now, here's one for you to do as well to see if you remember this from the notes. How long does it take for Earth to make one complete rotation? I'll give you a moment to think about that, but I'll call out the answers for you to choose. A, 24 hours. B, 365 days. C, 27 days. Or D, 1 year. Let me give you a moment to think about that. I'll be right back with you. I bet you got that answer right. All right, I'm sure you said that it takes what? 24 hours for Earth to do a complete rotation on its axis, which gives us day and night. All right, and here's our last thing. Excuse me in my paper. All right, as this little connection. I'm just throwing in a little connection from what you learned in EL the first 9 weeks when you was on Esperanza Riding. That's right. I want you all to give me a monologue and send it to me. I want you to write a monologue from the point of view of the sun, as we learn about the position of the sun to the earth, and we just seen how the sun's position to earth and the different things that earth is doing at that time in position to the sun have an effect on us. So I want you to find in your monologue how the sun is important to the people on earth based upon what we learned today. And we're going to save that information in that monologue, and we're going to continue to grow on that information. So once again, write a monologue from the point of view of the sun, explaining your monologue, how the sun is important to the people on earth. Send me your monologue on Class Dojo or email me your monologue at madisonrg@scsk12.org. madisonrg@scsk12.org. I hope you enjoyed our lesson on the solar system and come back and tune in next week as we connect the rotation of the earth on its axis with the revolution around the sun. So now we can understand not only how the day and night at one time, but how it is winter here in one place and summer in another. Goodbye. Love you. Miss you.